Miles,
Yes.
Sam here.
Is Sam?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Sam.
Um, uh, Thank you, Justine, for a beautiful practice. I like it. I must say that I understand what you meant now because in the experience that you had with your patients, uh, I believe I had a part of it. You know, it really, when you started with the ocean sound, with the ocean drum, really took me away in a different state of awareness, really took me in a different state of perception. I like the way you're doing it, the way you're presenting it, because at the beginning, I was thinking more with my head, you know, the double count, in and out, and I was following more, a set pattern of movement, of breath. But then when you start going on with the ocean drum, then everything went by itself automatically, and I went with the flow. I want to say, very nice experience. Thank you.
You want to comment anything, Justine? Or I put already.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you. Thank you, Samuele. Thank you. I appreciate your feedback. And I think that sometimes when we develop techniques and discipline, it's like we need to repeat things to be able to embody them. So there's a certain like structure so that we count and we count the inhale, count the exhale, and this repetition creates a possibility of bringing something and making it part of our lives. But then it's really not about the repetition, it's about the intent, like you said, and being able to flow within that intent. And sometimes I feel that our intent, that like sounds, that's why I work with sounds also, that sound supports that intent. We have the intent of focusing on the exhale. We learn about it through a certain structure of repetition, because that's how we actually embody it, no? And it's part of our discipline of practice of awareness. But then it's letting go, being able to let go and to be in that breath awareness and flow with it. So thank you, Samuele. I appreciate your feedback very much.
Okay. One second. Just to give a quick frame, this technique of elongating the exhalation, essentially, and flowing with that feel, neurologically, physiologically, is going to trigger the parasympathetic response beautifully, and it's going to also produce and we've seen this in for the ones of you who have been with us in the detoxification class, it releases extra carbon dioxide and causes the body's acidity to reduce. So it's an alkalinizing type of breath, and it's great for reducing inflammation. And there's this interface between the stress response and the inflammation response that it's pretty much the hallmark of our time. And so we can exercise a change this way by practicing this conscious breathing. Um, you know, I think I mentioned this in the past. One prominent thinker was asked about the upcoming major challenge for mankind in the future, and he said it was stress. The how we can help our adaptability in the ever increasing demands of the world. And so the breath is there with us, it's free, it's available 24/7, and it works. And we can't emphasize enough. We want, if anything you take from today's class is, I can work with my breath. That's why we are giving you the mechanics and the structure and the volumes and the physiology, and then, like Justine said, you go in through that door, and then you have to access the feeling. Yeah? So the imagery that you use, the sounds, and how you, with your consciousness, you direct the breath is going to then add the other element. So we want to go into the third breath, and I'm going to let Justine introduce it, and then we'll do a little frame of this. Okay.
Oh, okay, thank you. And so the third breath is Taisha Abelar's fire breath. So this is an energizing breath, and I like to think, that helps us light our fire. And it is very specifically recommended or useful when our energy is low, or when we need to activate and become more energized. And I'm thinking about your introduction, Miles, where you're talking about how we use breathing for stress management, performance wellness, and also you mentioned to focus, for finding focus. And again, in my clinical practice in medical music therapy, I do sessions, music therapy sessions for, it's called Caring for the Caregiver. It's a program in hospitals where we deliver music therapy sessions to the caregivers. Mainly that would be the nurses in the hospitals, some of the doctors, and all the hospital staff. And what I find is that the nurses are, which is the bulk, let's say, of the people who come to the sessions and receive these sessions, are overwhelmed. They are working very long hours. They have a very large workload. Many times they are understaffed, so they are working extremely a lot. And so then they are stressed, they have stress, and sometimes they feel tired. And they need to be focused, because many times they are mixing, medicine, dosage, doing medical procedures that need a lot of precision and focus. So as well as teaching them the breaths for stress management, many times what is useful at the moment for them to be able to transition from a state of feeling really tired, low energy, and a little bit, scattered, like what they need is that energy to focus. So that instead of, going and having another coffee, we're working with the breath, and specifically with the fire breath, to be able to revitalize, re-energize the body and the awareness, and refocus. And in a very short while, because this breath acts very fast also, they can be out there, and totally focused on their work. And then hopefully the carryover will be that in their, day-to-day life, they do incorporate the other breaths and other well-being techniques. So you will feel with this breath that it activates, that it warms your body. And we're going to breathe out through the nose. It's going to be a forceful breath out through the nose, but we're not going to there's no tension coming from the area of the face or the neck. It's the abdomen that's going to do the work. So the abdomen that we've already been activating through the breathing that Miles guided us through. So we're going to contract the abdomen, which will move the diaphragm up and will send the air from the lungs upwards, and it'll go naturally out through the nose in a forceful way. But again, no tension up in the face or the neck. Let's let the abdomen, big powerful muscle here, let the abdominals work. So we'll do it slowly first, because there are two ways of doing it, slow and fast. We'll do the slow one first. So you can put your hands on your abdomen on the lower part of the abdomen and the abdomen here. And just try a couple of times, just contract the abdomen and feel how the air is pushed out through the nose. Let's do that again. So contracting the abdomen, no tension up here, and the air goes out through the nose. And then between each exhalation, the inhalation happens naturally. You don't have to think about breathing inwards. So let's do this 11 times at a easy pace. So let's focus on the abdomen and so those were 11. Take a moment. We're going to do 11 exhales again, and remember, from the abdominal muscle. So here we go. Ready, and those were 11. We're going to do 11 again, and this time I'll count them and you'll do them. So ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Take a moment to rest the abdominals. Check your body. Notice your perception. Just notice if anything changed. Breathe naturally. If you need to do a very deep breath and a very deep exhale, just do it. Now we're going to move in to the faster version. We're going to do the same thing, faster, and we're going to do sets of 25. So let's do them together now. And again, from the abdomen. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and okay, let the air in. So we're focusing on the exhale through the nostril. The air comes in naturally between the 25 sets. And we're going to do it again. Ready, and deep breath. Notice what's happening with your perception. Notice also what's happening around the body, your skin, your legs, inside the body, outside the body, around the head. And we're going to do the last set of 25. I'll count them, and you'll do them. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, breathe deep.
Justine, can we do one set of 30 seconds?
Of 30
seconds.